the strategy itself. I like dwelling more on this because this is what you need to know. Because if somebody is telling you an opportunity is this, is going to be giving you so percentage every day, it's going to be giving 2%, 5%, 4%. One of the most critical questions that a lot of people shy away from is you need to ask the person, how is this 4% going to be coming out? How is that particular strategy going to be giving you maybe the 1%, 2%? Yes, I know a lot of us are not that always caring about that because, once you get online, you just feel, okay, money is falling from somewhere and you just need to put in your wallet address and to jump into you. But sincerely, over time, I've come to understand that we need to start retraining on learning ourselves about how this online space actually should work in the real terms of it. So that's why tonight I want you to open up your mind and understand this in a very, very simple form. I'm going to be sharing this with you. You understand? So this both actually is working with this 5-step coded strategy to generate profit for every one of us automatically without any input on your part. I go over it again. This bot works with this 5-step strategy to make profit for you every single day without any stress on you. You don't have to be the one to sit down on the system like I'm doing tonight. You don't have to be the one doing all the analysis yourself. In fact, you might not even know anything about candlestick pattern. You might not know anything about support and resistance. You don't even need to know anything about indicators. All you just need to do is to understand the strategy after I've explained it, plug in your funds into it, and the bot goes to work for you. That's why we said all you just need to do is to get this bot, activate it, deposit your funds, and the bot will start trading for you 24/7, generating real-time profit for you. So the strategy this bot works with is just this 5 steps. Number one is that first of all, like I said, it trades the Memecoins. And the Memecoins is trading our Memecoins on Solana blockchain and also on BSC blockchain. When we talk about blockchain is just like a foundation on which cryptos are built on. I talked about crypto earlier, that they are digital asset, they are digital currency that we use to transact financially within ourselves. You understand? So cryptos actually live on the blockchain. Before cryptos can exist, there must be a blockchain. The blockchain is a foundation on which the crypto actually is developed on. No matter how big or how small that crypto or that coin is, whatever, whether it's token you call it, it must reside on a foundation which is called a blockchain. You understand? So every single one of these Memecoins is also crypto. Every single one of these coins that you're seeing right here, they're actually built on any one of these blockchain. This means any one of these foundations, the Ethereum, the Base, the BSC, the Tron blockchain. You understand? So right here in front of me, we are going to be doing some, I'm going to be going through some things now. Okay. Right here, you can see this is CNT, and this particular coin was just listed 7 seconds ago. Within the next 5 seconds, we are going to see how this is going to, okay. I've not even said finish my explanation. You can see CNT is already going down. What this means is that this Memecoins trading space, or let me say this Memecoins market, is a market that is so fluid, it's a market that is so liquid, and it involves a high level of precision on your part if you must make money from it trading yourself manually. I've had people ask me that, okay, at this Memecoin that this bot is trading, can't we do it ourselves? The simple answer to it is that yes, you can trade Memecoins on any of these decentralized exchanges, like maybe this GMGA, a DEX Screener, a PancakeSwap. You can do the trading manually yourself. But the downside of it is that you must have 2 major things in view in order for you to be able to make profit from trading Memecoins. Number one is that you must be very, very fast. And number 2 is that you must know when coin or that token is going to be listed on any decentralized exchange. Yes, we have very different kinds of different Telegram groups where we have some kind of insider information on, okay, when a particular token, the Memecoin, is going to be listed. In fact, they go as far as telling you the time, they go as far as giving you the contract address ahead of when that particular token is going to be listed on the decentralized exchange. But even with all those information at the tip of your finger, if your internet is not fast, if your internet is not good, you might still end up losing your money, because this Memecoin trading space is a game of fast, or let me say, fastest fingers first. Let's look at something now. This is a coin that was just released a few seconds ago. Let's look at it. This token was listed at 0.0566823, right? So those that bought it at this point now, by this time now, they'll be doing what we call cashing out. That means they will start taking out profits. In the next 5 seconds, or let me say in the next 1 or 2 minutes, you will see how this price, this particular coin that pumped up to this place is going to dump just within some seconds. So that means for those that are lucky enough to have bought it at this point, they will have been heavy profits. Some persons now, especially for those coming from this part of the world in Africa, some of us will now be buying at this stage. And at this stage now is when those that bought at this stage now are taking their profits. You understand? So because of this deficiency in, let's say, because of this lags in our internet, it might not make sense for you to say you want to do this thing manually yourself. That's exactly where our boat, this super boat called Memecoin, has come to help us to leverage on this power of speed, the internet speed, the timing to be able to make good profit for us every day. And how does it do it? It just follows these simple 5 steps. This is not a boat that holds coins. It doesn't come to GMGN and, for example, buy maybe this particular with just app or with just ape coin and just hold it for a long time. No. This is what it does basically does. Number one is that it goes to GMGN, which is the decentralized exchange this boat is connected with. Every day, 24/7 round the clock, we first of all checks GMGN to know, okay, which particular Memecoin is going to be released, what time. Once he has been able to check it, he then jumps into step 2 and begins to look at the mempool. The mempool in Memecoin simply means it's just like the direct thing that we have in centralized exchange, which is the order book. You understand? So what that mempool means is that it wants to check how many people are interested in buying that coin. How many people will be buying that coin? And you can actually spot that directly from the mempool. You understand? So as soon as it's able to spot that, okay, there are a lot of persons who wants to buy that coin. What the bot is going to do is that it's going to quickly jump into the step 3. We'll just go ahead and buy that coin before anybody and everybody start buying it. As soon as he does it, of course, all these other people wants to buy will start buying. And what happens is that the price of that token will jump up. And once it jumps up, the bot will instantly sell off and take its profits. You understand? So we just walk through these 5 steps every minute, every second, every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, making sure that nobody's phone is stuck in between. Make sure it buys before the big orders comes in. And of course, once those big whales start buying, the price jumps up and instantly it closes out the other end by selling it and securing the profit. Let me not just end there. Let's look at it more practically from our back office directly from the boats. Yeah. So once you get the boat, you are going to have your back office like this. Here, you'll be able to first of all look at, okay, you can even view the average profit that this boat has been making for the last 30 days, for the last 15 days, for the last 7 days. You can view the average profit that it's been making. But aside that, another section right here in your boat helps you to see every one of these trades real time directly as it's happening on the blockchain, and of course as it's happening on GMGN. So let's look at it. Let's look at 1 or 2 trades together practically. I'm sorry, hope I'm not taking too much of your time. I just need every one of us to understand that what we're having here is, my God, is a life-changing opportunity. Sincerely, once you grab this, you will run with it like as if your whole life depends on it. And of course, that's why you see some of us, Mr. Jerry, I myself, we are always every day excited to introduce this to anybody who come across, because we have everything to prove and to show you that yes, this boot actually works. And most importantly, that this boot actually makes profit. So let's look at some trades. So once you get the boat, you can always come to this section. Once you click on the MEV, you check any of these, either the trades on Solana blockchain or the trades on BSC. So for tonight, let's just look at the ones on Solana blockchain. So here is the last trade that took place that this bot actually bought. Or let me say the last coin that this bot actually bought some 3 minutes ago. I'm going to first of all, okay, that's even changed. Okay, let's look at this last one. This one happened just a minute ago. Sol Casino. If I go to GMGN and I just paste Sol Casino, let's see how long this particular coin has happened. Or let me see transactions on this. Okay, this is the Sol Casino. But for me to be sure, because you can see that there are a lot of other Sol Casino right here. You understand? For me to be very sure of which of these Soul Casino it's bought, I can access it directly on the blockchain. All I would just need to do is to click here, and it takes me straight to the Solana blockchain, where I can view this trade in real time. Like I will always tell people, if there's anything that will lie for you, it is not blockchain. Blockchain does not lie. If somebody is telling you sending money to you, you don't even need to start asking the person. As long as you send the address to the person, and the person tells you that yes, he has sent the money, you just go to the Explorer, just go to the blockchain network of that particular coin that you've sent or you are expecting. You understand? Whatever transaction, if it's sent, you will see it. If it's not sent, you also see it. I don't want to bore you with plenty of, because I've had some very funny experiences of people telling, they said they sent coin to me, I didn't see it and stuff like that. Nah, that doesn't happen on the blockchain. Blockchain does not lie. If it's bought, you will see it. If it's sold, you will see it. If it's not sent, you will see it. If it's sent, you will also see it. So this is the transaction about what Soul Casino. Yes. So I just want us to see directly from the blockchain. So this is the transaction. And of course, this is the signage. I'm going to copy this address, and I'm going to come straight right here to GMGN, because that is where all these are being bought. I'm going to place that address, and it's going to load for me the exact Soul Casino. So let's track it. Let's look at the transaction, what profit it's been able to make, you understand, and how everything is going directly on this contract. You understand? So let's look at it. All right. So look at this transaction. So currently, it's running this trade, and you can see it's Soul Casino. You understand? It's been buying, it's been selling, it's been buying, it's been selling it, and you'll be able to see all this transaction. This happened 4 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, and stuff like that. So this transaction is still ongoing. By the time it finishes up the other part of the transaction, this will come back to being profit. But this is just a recent transaction. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this GB. This one happened like 6 minutes ago. Let's look at it. This will still eventually come back to profit, but I just want us to look at some other ones. You understand? So this is how you track every single one of these trades, because some person have been asked, are you sure this boat is actually trading? Hope it's not all these simulated trades that we have in the back end. Some things are happening on another end. No, every single one of these trades, you can verify them directly from the blockchain. So let's just quickly look at one other one. All right, so let me just check this. I'll copy this address. I'll come back here again. I'll get to this place, this section, and I'm going to paste that contract address there. Okay, I think it has automatically pasted it since I copied it. So let's check. Let's look at how many of these transactions has been going on just on this alone. So you can see by the time I refresh this again, you see that it might have started taking profits and started making profit directly from here. You understand? So you see it also too. You can load every single one of them. You can verify every single one of all these trades. So let's just keep refreshing. So let's check this one now. That's happened like some few minutes before that Soul Casino. Let it load. Sorry about the internet. It's our internet speed, but don't worry. It's going to, okay, look at this now. This has actually given a profit of 2.12%. And this trade happened when? Look at it. It bought this Ghibli, bought it 1244, took profit, sold it at 1247. So you see the margin, the profit margin, very, very small. Why? Because it's not holding, and it doesn't want to expose anyone's capital to the pressures of saying, I'm holding that coin for a very long time to come. No, very, very small margin. But because it can do these transactions multiple times in a day, it keeps taking the profit and keeps making the profit. Let's even look at the Soul Casino I talked about there. I think it's also a little bit also to that's okay. No, it ended up in a loss. Of course, it's still going to possibly go around again and do that. So it keeps doing this transaction as it's making some little loss, but overall, you discover that it would always end up at the end of the day in profit for us. The profit might not be something mega, but on average, it keeps making at least on average 1% in a day for us. Some days you see it make as low as 0.44%, some days as low as 0.48%. I think yesterday did like 0.53%. And some days like today, it could do 1.2%. Some days it could do as high as 1.66%. Some days as high as 1.65%, and on like that. You understand? So it keeps doing that repeatedly, round and round and round like that, to keep making us profit on a daily basis. So what's the difference between, or what makes Mevboat stand out from every other boat? Number one is that Mevboat never loses. Have you? I don't know if you heard me. Very well. This boat never loses. The worst that can happen is what I just showed you here. Do you understand? We can have less a day in which the profit will not be that big, it will be small. You understand? That means maybe the transactions were not like, for example, now I was showing you we are having like a loss here. You understand? Now, but look at here now, this side is actually already showing profits, but this side is still possibly in loss. You understand? By the time it matches it all, everything, by the time it matches up, matches all the profit and the loss together in a day, eventually it's going to be having up, ending up in profits. You understand? So even make it small, much relatable. You can even verify all this trade directly from the smart contract. This boat actually trades from multiple different contracts, not just one. This one I'm showing here is just one of it. You understand? This, when I checked it this morning, it was having like 126 BNB. Now it's 151. So it has made like a profit of over 20 BNB just within early morning till now. You understand? And you see the balance there. It doesn't trade with a maximum 10% because it's working with a very, very strict money management. That for no reason would they both go to the market and come back and tell us it has lost our money. That will never happen here. You understand? So for the past over 4 months, it's been meticulously and carefully trading gingerly, carefully, gently, this way, one after the other, per minute, every 5 minutes, every 1 minute, 24/7 to keep making us this profit. So it never loses. And of course, you earn from blockchain efficiencies. It's fully automated. You don't have to do anything. Your own is to just get the boat. Once you buy the boat, put in your capital, and it goes to work for you. And it generates stable income 24/7. Other boats, we all know how it works now. Of course, I know majority of us here would have used different other boats like that. That okay, it worked initially for the first 1 month, the second month, is stories. You understand? So this boat goes in and out to continuously generate this profit for us. So let me just quickly wrap up my session before my Oga will come up, because another part that is going to be sharing with us is super mind-blowing, the community reward. But let me just quickly stop here. So for you to get started with the boat, you need to buy the boat. The cost of the boat is $50 one time. This is not a monthly subscription boat. It's not an annual subscription boat. You buy it once and that is all. You understand? Once you buy the boat once with $50, that is all. The only thing you now need to do is to feed the boat with your capital. It's just like you just bought a brand new car. For the car to move from your car park, or let me say the car lot where you bought it, to your house, you need to buy, petrol or diesel or fuel for it. You understand? So you've gotten the boat, it is yours for life. You understand? You now need to feed the boat with your capital so that the boat can now start having something to trade with to generate a profit for you. You understand? So if you now want to do that, you need to decide on how many days you want the boat to trade your capital for you. Is it for 1 day you want it? Is it for 7 days you want it? Is it for 30 days? Is it for 100 days? You can now make your decision based on your investment, or let me say your capital at your own disposal. You understand? So the minimum capital you can start trading with is $20. I actually don't advise $20, but of course it's a good test. If you want to test the boat, yes, you can start with that, because to me, paying $50 to put $20 is not a good business sense. You understand? But of course, you can just start from there and start scaling up your investment, or let me say, start scaling up your capital, increasing your capital to make more profit for yourself. You understand? So on a 1 day contract, the minimum is $20, the maximum is 100. For a 7 days contract, it's $20 minimum, maximum is 300. For a 30 days, the minimum is 100 and the maximum is 1,000. And for the 100 days, the minimum is 100 and there's no maximum. You understand? But before I end up, you'll see something right here in the middle, which is called what? The profit sharing. Don't forget, I said that this boat is a one-time lifetime payment. So that means you will not need to do any monthly renewal. You will not need to do any annual renewal. You will not need to do maybe every 5 years. One-time lifetime purchase. So where is Smart now going to make money for themselves? Where Smart actually now makes the bulk of the money for themselves is from this profit sharing model. And of course, part of it also goes to leaders, team builders, network marketing professionals, people who want to take this as a job. Yes, because some of us are already taking it as our job, like our whole life depends on it. You understand? So for the profit sharing part of it, every day that the boat makes profit for you, some part of your profit goes to this profit sharing. You understand? So let's look at it more practically. Let me just quickly wrap up. Where's my calculator? Let me get it down so that we can understand this more practically. So for example, I want to just work this with an example of, let's say, I'm starting up with a $1,000 and okay, yeah. So let me just get the calculator out here. So let's say I want to start off with $1,000 and I want to be on the 100 days contract. What am I going to be making? You understand? Every day. So let's now work with that average of 1% every day. So if I'm having $1,000 in my contract, I make what? An average of 1% every day. Okay, let's even work with today. I think today's profit is how much? Today's profit is okay, 1.2. Yeah, 1.2% profit was made today. So let's go there. 1.2% profit made today, 1.2. So let's multiply $1,000 by 1.2. So that means anyone who has $1,000 will have made $12 today, right? So out of that $12, if you are on the 100 days plan, there's a profit share of 80-20. So that means 80% of this $12 is now what you are going to get. So let's multiply this by 80, then we divide it by 100. So that means what you are going to be seeing in your available balance is going to be, 80% of the 1.2%. So someone who has a $1,000 now, for example, today, is going to be seeing this part of his earning showing what? $9.6. You understand? So this $9.6, of course, if you are not compounding, you always see drop in your available balance 24 hours after. You understand? So 9.6 is there. So the remaining, how many now? Minus 12. The remaining $2.4 now goes what? To the profit sharing part of it. This one now is distributed to network marketers from level 1 to the 20th level and stuff like that, which Coach Jerry is going to be talking to us about. So the final thing here you need to know from my own part of the presentation is that you can also make more money if you decide to compound. Compound, like we always say, is like the seventh wonder of the world. You could actually flip $100 to something as huge as $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even as huge as $100,000. Yes, if you know how to work your way around it. On this note, I want to appreciate every one of you for listening to me on this first part of the presentation. I want to believe you got value. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Over to you, Coach Jerry.
Thank you so much, my brother.